Welcome back, friends. I'm Oscar and your host for this webinar series. Good seeing you here in my workplace again. In our last webinar, we covered the big question, why? And Gudmundur, Benedicte and Magnia all shared their experience with workplace. But of course, you already know that since you're here for the last webinar. As I mentioned in the two previous webinars, the series is divided into three different sections or topics, if you like. First one is, what is workplace? And second, why should I buy workplace? And how do I implement and use workplace? The question how can be answered by looking at a variety of aspects, mostly practical ones. How to is one of the most common search phrases on Google. And therefore, our last but not least important question I will ask our three helpers. For the last time during this webinar series, I will now reach out to Gudmundur, our how-to man. And by now, you know that Gudmundur is still working at Crayon. His title is Director, Channel Digital Transformation, and I will call him up. Here we go. Hi Gudmundur, good to see you again. Now I feel like we are old friends. This is the third time.
Yeah, good to hear you again.
Yeah, so I'm so glad that I can speak to you about the workplace. And since you are, you have your kind of technical brain and heart in relation to workplace, I think we have a lot of questions from potential buyers of workplace on how to implement, how to work with workplace within our organization. So I have some how questions for you today, Gudmundur. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
So how do we start the implementation process of workplace within our organization?
An important first step is to work with the customer to understand what's the goal and what's the reason why you are implementing workplace. As a part of the long success program, we talk about 5 pillars. First one is the executive engagement. We need to have the executives on board. Group strategy is another one, and that's really important to set the groups up in a proper way. Champions training, really important here. The champions concept in the workplace implementation is about finding candidates throughout the whole company which are the right people to be ambassadors for the cultural change. Communication strategy is the fourth one, and that's where we set up a way to communicate throughout the whole company. So the last one is the technical one, and that is where we work with the IT team.
This is called the Crayon Launch Assist program, right? And all the details that you mentioned now, the 5 steps, that's very interesting, those 5 steps. So how long time does it take from me saying, yes, Gudmundur, let's do it, until, it's all up and running?
I would say 2 to 3 months for our medium-sized company is something that we are normally seeing. I am thinking about an example of a company of about 500 users. They were launched in less than a month. I would say 1 to 3 months is something to expect.
So this is not going to be a never-ending IT project?
No.
I will ask you, Gudmundur, famous last words?
Okay, digital transformation is not about the technology. It's about empowering our people to be able to communicate and have their voice heard within the organization. And workplace is the perfect platform.
Good. We will remember you for that. And Gudmundur, I have to say, both me and the ones listening, we are really glad that you could spend some time with us and to tell us more about workplace from a more technical perspective. This is really helpful, and it's good to know that both you and Crayon have such much insight, knowledge, and experience when it comes to implementing workplace. So I'm really looking forward to work further with you on a project to come. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time again.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Gudmundur knows his stuff. His famous last words was, "Digital transformation is not about technology, but empowering people to have their voice heard." Great statement. So now let's call Benedicte and ask her the how question. She is the product sales manager for Workplace by Facebook, and she loves the question how. So let's call her up. Hi Benedicte, good to see you.
Hi Oscar, nice to see you again.
Thank you. Unfortunately, this is our last call in this webinar series related to the question how. And this is going to be a very technical interview. Is that okay, Benedicte?
It's absolutely not. No, I think if you want the technical aspects of it, you should probably talk to the people that delivers on the project. I'll give you more of a holistic sales perspective.
Okay, that will do for now. Of course, that's what we're looking for. We're going to talk a little bit more about implementation and also price. So let's start. Can we start with price? What can you tell us about the pricing for Workplace?
Overall, Workplace has a version called Essentials. That's the free version, which is probably best for very, very small companies. We often tend to advise them to go on the payment plans, which is called Advanced, $4 per user per month. And then you got Enterprise, which is $8 per user per month. But if you have Advanced or Enterprise users, you can also add frontline users to that product, and that will cost you $1.50 per month. So it's a lot cheaper to have frontline users, which is on the phone. It's the exact same features if you're on the mobile, tablet, advanced or enterprise. The main difference between enterprise and advanced is support. Enterprise is usually, targeting really, really large organizations, maybe organizations over 100,000 employees or very complex organizations. So I think in the market that we operate in the Nordics, advanced together with the frontline SKU is what we usually see that the customers, that fits the customer needs.
Let's say I'm at the Workplace webpage and are just about to push the buy now button. But what would it be smart for me to consider and plan for before I do that?
Well, I think you should start with, of course, calling me, Oscar. Maybe I could give you some good advice. It depends a little bit on your company size. You have to decide whether you want to buy the tool directly from the vendor, which is great, or you can also choose to buy it directly through a partner like Crayon, which could be, located in your country, and that can actually give you some advice and help you with the project that you're kind of in the startup phase on. It's important to decide on the extent of time that you can actually allocate from your side, and then consider bringing in an experienced partner that can help you launch the project, that can help you plan for the project, that can help you create engaging content, that can help you create the channel strategies, basically everything, and hold your hand. It's kind of all up to you as a customer, based on how much time you want to spend and how much help you would like to have from someone who've done this before and can really bring some value from other projects into it. And then I also have to say that what you should also do is maybe to reach out to another local company that have launched Workplace, to see if they can share some experience. We see that tends to happen a lot in Norway, and they're very good at sharing ideas and pros and cons.
That's a very good advice. Looking for reviews and customer experiences that could be relevant to my own situation. I like the expression "holding hands." It's comforting when it comes to you start using new technology and a platform like this. Based on your experience, how do you see Workplace is used in the beginning after implementation? Is it really kind of plug and play?
No, not the plug and play for larger organization, I would say. Get some help, get some experienced help on this.
Okay, a very clear answer. And so when it comes to, maybe after a time, I spent some time using this, how would you describe the more experienced user of Workplace?
I would say to become an experienced user, just follow on the updates and don't be afraid of using all the features so that you can really benefit from the whole platform. That's probably an experienced user to me.
Okay, good. The last question here, Benedicta. Any personal experiences or maybe famous last words?
I think one good point is always to remember to nurture and treat the platform well. Continue to create engaging and interesting content for your employees. You know, this is about change. This is be creative and make the internal users interested and curious. I think if you do that, Workplace will be your very good friend in terms of communication, connecting, and building a better organizational culture.
I'm sure you're right, and I know you're right. So thank you so much for taking the time. This was great, Benedicta, and I'm looking forward to see the result and questions that is coming back from the viewers of this webinar related to this. And of course, they're all free to reach out to you and to Crayon for any other questions they might have, right?
Absolutely, anytime.
Good. Okay, we speak later.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye. I urge you to reach out to her when talking about Workplace and the question how pops up. Her challenge to us was nurture and treat the platform well, then it will be a success. And that's really a great challenge, Benedicta. Thank you. Let's hear it again from Magnia and listen to her insight when using Workplace every day at World Class. We'll call her now. Hi, Magnia.
Hi, Oskar.
Good to see you. Long time no see.
Long time no see.
Oh, I'm just kidding. You helped me out twice before, and now we are looking into the last topic and the last question, the how question, and maybe that is a kind of a more of a practical kind of question. So I would like to dig a little bit deeper into the implementation process. You were talking about that, and how was it to start the process of implementation and the startup of Workplace for World Class?
I went to a few Workplace workshops, which is really easy, and you can find it on the Workplace website, and that did help me a lot. I Googled a lot of it, but I didn't find a lot of information on Google or YouTube. But then when it came to Crayon, they did help me a lot on the technical side, which I was kind of like, didn't really know a lot about. They helped me on reporting on activities, the customer relations, sending out all of the emails, making the Excel codes, which was very hard to make. And they definitely helped me a lot of work and stuff that was difficult for me.
It sounds like you spend a lot of time, getting information about Workplace, and you were kind of doing some kind of a digging to see how this works. Is that right?
Before, I thought I was very good in everything when it comes to social media, but then on this technical side, and then I'm talking about like the codes and sending out these emails, I had no idea that you were able to send 550 people email at the same time, but a different email, like the codes. So yeah, it definitely showed me a lot of things and taught me a lot of new things.
And that's good. And the thing is that maybe also that knowledge, the technical knowledge, opened and revealed some functionality within Workplace that it would take a longer time to realize that we're there yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
So are Crayon helping you out on a more regularly basis when it comes to a technical support?
Right now, every time there's something that I need help with, Crayon is always there next to me to help me. So not much has come right now since I announced Workplace to World Class, but I mean, once in a while, I've gotten their help.
We can consider you as a super user then of Workplace.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely a super user.
It sounds like a super user. How are the employees liking Workplace?
Everybody are loving it. I can definitely feel the work ethic spirit from everybody. I love when I hear the employees talk about workplace, like, did you see what he posted on workplace, or did you see, I didn't know that we were selling this, but I saw it on workplace. So yes, I definitely think that workplace has been doing a lot of things for us.
Yeah, then again, it's all about what you talked about the last time. Being social at work really brings the company together.
It does. It is so important.
How do you see workplace use in your organization in a 2 to 3 years time?
I'm pretty sure that workplace is going to be going strong in 2 to 3 years time. I personally like it so much, and I have full belief that it can change a lot in the large companies.
And we're so glad that you, Magnia, and also Workplace are pioneers when it comes to using Workplace. We're so happy about that. So I would like to ask you, you said so many good things, but do you have any final words, any advice to someone that is actually right now maybe looking at this webinar series and considering Workplace, is going, yeah, should I not? Do you have something to say?
I mean, don't think about it twice. If you like what you've heard, and if you have read some reviews on the internet, which are mainly good, don't hesitate. But remember, there are always some people out there that have something bad to say about it. But I say don't look at the negative way. This is something that is going to help your company. And if you want your company to be better, I mean, at least try it out. Look at the positive way. It's definitely worth it.
I believe you. I do believe you. Okay, thank you so much, Magnia. It has been great talking to you about Workplace and, of course, what you're doing at World Class. I wish you the best of luck in the future related to your career and also with the Workplace. So, again, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
For having me.
No worries. Okay, goodbye then.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I hope that you have learned as much as I have from listening to experiences and knowledge based on using Workplace from Facebook. Some great final words from Magnia. Don't think about it twice. Don't hesitate. Start using Workplace. It's definitely worth it. Great, Magnia. So what now? By now, I'm positive you are interested in and thinking about how Workplace could be useful in your organization. So if you have any questions or just want more details about Workplace, please feel free to contact your local Crayon representative. She or he is waiting, hoping, and longing for you to reach out. Together, you can explore Workplace functionality and in the end, making this webinar and the time you spent here relevant for your business. Do you remember the title for this webinar series? It's a great one, and you've seen it on the top banner a couple of times already, and it's still there. You see it? Get every employee connected and have their voice heard by using Workplace. Until next time, that's all, folks. Bye.